I was raised by a father who was also the president of ITLA. In 1964, my dad was president of this organization, and he, along with a handful of other lawyers who decided to represent injured people at a time when it wasn't necessarily in vogue to represent injured people, decided that they were going to do that very thing, specialize in that. At the time, as I said, strong-willed, determined, people with backbone, Nat Osmond, Phil Corboy Sr., and they all got together and they said the laws were slanted against injured people. The injury laws were slanted against the public and in favor of big corporations and the powerful and financially secure insurance industry. And they decided back then that they were going to do something about that. And they decided when it wasn't in vogue, it wasn't the thing to do, to represent the little guy. And what they did was they took ITLA and said, we are going to have a multi-pronged association. One, we are going to elect and support legislators and representatives who understand the plight of injured people. We are also going to educate the trial bar, lawyers who want to represent injured people, and we're going to have seminars and teach them how to do this. And we are also going to stress togetherness. This organization is much stronger together with the members than it is separate and apart, and everybody going different directions with different ideas. And that group of determined men, some women, who came up the hard way, who came up with dirt under their fingernails and worked jobs at night and on weekends to get through law school and start their practices, decided that ITLA was now going to become a powerful organization on behalf of injured people. Today, I'm proud to say that ITLA, as described by many, is one of the strongest and most powerful lobbies in the state. Our educational programs and seminars are second to none. And I know that because I've had an awful lot of defense attorney friends of mine say, I went to an ITLA seminar, your seminars are great. Our publications and listserv every day, every single day I learn something on our listserv. I watch what the members are saying, I learn new things, I see trends, and it's invaluable for me to know what other members are thinking and how they're approaching issues on behalf of our clients. But by far the biggest benefit that I've gotten from ITLA is that even as a young lawyer, I've gotten to talk to and seek advice and seek counsel from some of the best trial lawyers in the state. It was really cool when I was in my late 20s to pick up the phone and call some of the leaders of this organization. And they never told me, no, I'm too busy, go call somebody else. I'd be on trial, in the middle of a trial, and I'd call somebody, Joe Power, 6:30 at night. 27, 28 years old. I used to call your dad, Flip, from time to time, and ask him about events, legal advice, and I was never told no. Well, I'd like to offer that to all the younger members of ITLA. We're here to help you, ladies and gentlemen, further your clients' interests, further your careers. And if you have a question, pick up the phone and call us. We're here to help. There's no member on the Board of Managers that will turn you down when you call them. And they will be candid, and they will share with you their thoughts on your issues. I still to this day have a handful of ITLA lawyers who I call for second opinions when I'm not sure, or I want to hear somebody else's opinion, or I need backup. And it's pretty cool when I can call these people and we can have a candid conversation. Now, younger lawyer, I joined this organization in 1984. I was still in law school. I actually kind of like law school, as sick as that sounds. Some people. But I went to my first seminar and I rubbed elbows with Bill Hart, one of the finest lawyers in the state, one of the finest, most well-respected appellate lawyers. And he said, call me anytime. And I used to call Bill Hart. And he got up in the seminar and he told a few jokes, and some of them these days might be politically incorrect a little bit. But it was very, very important that I felt welcomed and that they were available. Bob Clifford told me in 1992, you're on the board. He didn't ask. He told me, you're on the board. And when you become president, when I become president, and I worked, and I networked, and I got to know people. I went to my first board meeting, and one of the finest female lawyers in the state of Illinois, Patty Bob, she kind of took me under her wing in the board meeting. And it was extremely comforting to know that I had one of the finest trial lawyers watching out for me and was there to talk to. And I want to offer that to our younger members. I could go on and on about our organization, but I want everyone to know here that our organization is here for you. Our organization is moving forward for you and because of you, with lobbying, education, resources to benefit you and your clients. Get involved. Get involved. You hear that a lot, but you are the future of this organization. I intend to push strength in numbers, collegiality, and friendship to move this organization forward. We must support our friends in the legislature. We must support the people who protect injured people with the laws in Springfield. We cannot let negligent defendants and insurance companies forget about injured people, because injuries affect the entire family, not just the injured person. We will not let negligent defendants forget you. Not on my watch. Members, come to Springfield. See ITLA headquarters. See the new Corboy Center for Justice. The staff, led by Jim Collins, is one of the most effective, finest, if not the most effective, in the state of Illinois. Use our preferred vendors to help you further your career to practice. Come talk to legislators. You would be surprised at the legislators in Springfield, the urban myths that they've heard. McDonald's coffee cup, and all the other nonsense they've been fed over the years. And by simply talking to our legislators and informing them of what the true facts are, you can make a significant impact for your clients. Because if they're not lawyers and they don't practice personal injury law, they likely do not understand the hardships and the issues surrounding injured people in our practices. They often see sound bites. They need to see the light. We must bring the light to them. I want to thank the people who have helped me personally. Pete Flowers, Pat Salvi, Chris Hurley, Matt Dudley, Lorna Probst, my partners, Jill, Terry, and our assistants who helped the office train run down the track upright. Kelly, where are you, Kelly? You get the gold medal for taking care of me. And I thank you. Finally, I want to thank my wife, who, those of you who know me, know that my wife, I often describe her as the funniest woman in the state of Illinois. She has supported me and our two boys like no mother I have ever seen. She lives with 3 men. The only person who's handled more than that is Pat's wife, Sally's wife. 5 boys. Automatic pass to heaven. Automatic. To my wife, trial work and lawyering can be time-consuming and stressful. And yes, even I get a bit grumpy sometimes. Just a bit. But I always knew that Ann had things well under control at home. Always. You too, Michael. So with that being said, I'm here to stay for a while, as both my boys have announced that they want to become lawyers in the firm. Third generation. The firm was started in 1945 by my dad, a Sicilian immigrant on leave from the Navy. U.S. Navy. Italians, we don't win wars. And I want both you boys to know you will be members of this organization in law school. Because what's our family motto? This is not a democracy. And both my boys are outstanding students because of that motto, and outstanding citizens, and they have their hearts in the right place with community service. And I'm so proud of both of you guys. Even though you give Mom a hard time. My mission is to keep this organization strong, to promote justice for injured people, and a year from now, pass the torch on to a very able John Cooney. And a year from now, when I pass this torch to you, John, I promise you, this organization will be as strong as it is today, as Greg Shevlin passed it to me. Thank you.
Then I'll share.